Noa Roth, an Israeli living in the Triangle, for personal remark. Let me add here that this is all Noah.
Imagine yourself jumping out of the window with your 2 children because brutal terrorists, the biggest nightmare of a parent, broke into your home. Can you imagine? Imagine that your daughter calls in a panic and says, "Mom, there are bombs. There are shots. Mom, I'm scared." Can you imagine? Imagine you're only about a mile away from your child and your elderly mother, yourself locked in a bomb shelter, your own life at risk, unable to go outside to help your children or parents. Can you imagine? Imagine that your children were kidnapped to Gaza by murderers, terrorists who want to wipe you off the face of the earth. Imagine that your daughter was murdered, that your mom, your own mom, was murdered. As a mother, it is difficult for me to imagine such atrocities, but this is exactly what happened 2 weeks ago to Galit, my close friends for years, and to her sister Hadass, who grew up and live near the border with Gaza. Galit is a theater person, teacher, working with children. 2 weeks ago, she was cast in the most horrible drama one can imagine. Hadass, her sister, is a dedicated therapist, a mother of 4, who dedicated her life to helping people on a daily basis. Allow me to take you back to their moments of horrors. On Friday, October 6, they celebrated with their mother, Carmela, at Kibbutz Kisufim. That day, Simchat Torah, Simchas Torah, a joyous holiday, and as is customary in Israel, they meet for a holiday meal. Imagine cluttering of plates and silverware, chatter and laughter, joy and family atmosphere. But at those very moments, evil people were crawling in the other side of the fence, approaching, unseen, with hatred in their eyes. When the meal ends, Galit's 12-year-old daughter, Noya, which means beauty, a girl with autism, asks, "Mommy, can I go to Grandma tonight?" Her grandma, Carmela, is like a second mother to her. "Yes, you may go, Noyale. It's okay." Hadass, Noya's aunt, also lives in Kibbutz Nir Oz. Her children, Sahar and Erez. Sahar is 16, Erez is only 12. They were staying with her ex-husband in the kibbutz. The horror starts at 8:30. Hadass receives a phone call from Ofer. "Hadass, a terrorist entered the house. I fled out of the window of the safe room. We are hiding in the bushes." This is his last phone call. Hadass has not heard from him or from her children since. Noya, Galit's daughter, and her mother Carmela also went missing. Hadass later received a horrific video in which her little son Erez a boy that likes soccer, that likes to play with his friends, that likes computer, is seeing being kidnapped by Hamas. Nothing is known about her daughter, Sahar, beautiful, artistic, creative flower that just started to blossom. All are designated as hostages at this moment, the dad and 2 of the kids. At 3 in the morning, upon learning of the shocking news from Israel, I wrote from my home in Durham to my girlfriend Galit. What is going on? After several hours, the message came, Noah, there are terrorists and gunshots inside my house. Only a few hours later, and dozens of text messages to Galit, she replied me. She said, Noah, my mother and Noya cannot be found. We don't know any news about them. I didn't hear from Galit for a couple of days, and then the message came. Noah, this is Galit. What do I need from you? First of all, pray hard. Get in touch with God and scream for Him to take care of my mom and my daughter. Then, do what you can and know how to make international connections. Don't ask, do everything. Activate the community and the world to release them to me. I trust you, Noah. Go to the Americans and scream. Our precious children need to be returned. The world needs them. So here I am screaming at you. Our children are precious. Our children are precious. And here I am organizing this rally so that we can activate the community. And each one of you go home and activate your neighbors, your friends from all cultures, from all religions. The world has to free them. The world needs them. Our ancestors said, מי שמציל נפש אחת מישראל כאילו הציל עולם מלא. Whoever saves one soul is as if he saved a whole world. As Moses said years ago to Pharaoh, let my people go. Today we say similar words, modern words to the world leaders. Bring them home now. Say it with me. Bring them home now. Bring them home now. Bring them home now. This past Wednesday, the army came to notify Galit. The saddest words approach my WhatsApp. Noah, Noya, and Carmela are no longer with us. They were murdered by the terrorists, and their bodies were found outside the kibbutz. Who is so cruel that intentionally murder an innocent girl with autism? A girl who was unable to touch a fly. Who kills an elderly woman just few days before her 80th birthday? Think of my friend and her sister crying on each other's shoulder at the funeral, weeping for their mom, instead of celebrating her 80th birthday that was planned, weeping bitterly for Noya, the innocent flower that was picked when she was just 12 years old. I wouldn't want to be in either of the sisters' place, but I tried to put myself in their shoes. We saw so many shoes over there. And I want you all to think about Galit and about Hadass. What would you do to hug your loved ones once more? We have a duty. And despite the mourning, we are here in Raleigh, in San Francisco, in Los Angeles, in New York, and many more places all over the world, in Holland, in Berlin, in Madrid. You have enough time to do it? In Israel and everywhere this week that were held rallies and other important actions. We are here for the hostages. We have not forgotten you. We are here for Erez, for Hadass, and for all the little babies. One of them, Kfir, is only 9 months old. For all the boys and the girls, the elderly, the worried parents, the scared students, look at the pictures around us. This story is only one story, the story of the sisters Galit and Hadass Dan, my beloved friends who I visited so many times in Kibbutz Nir Oz, the gorgeous kibbutz in the south. These are not stories about a war in a far, far land over there. This is our story. This is our story. It's all of us during this time of so much death. You okay? You okay? We need you with us, strong and healthy. Can take her to the shade, it's good. Thank you so much. Let's give her applause for all this volunteering, incredible work. During this time of so much death, together let us choose life and do everything we can do to save those who are alive, okay? Who are alive. So now, let us all, this reminds me of the sirens in Israel. These are all, let us all, put our full concentration on this. I am now asking all of you to stand up straight, okay? I'm also a drama teacher, so stand up straight. Put the picture of the kidnapped people, like Erez and Sar and all of the other hostages, close to your heart. Close, close, close. Yes, stand with the image close to your heart. And those of you who don't have a picture, think of those you heard about or saw today or in the last few days. Some of the kidnaps, like Carmela, are no longer with us, but we have so many to save, to rescue. Let's take a big breath. Together we will unite. We will take a moment of silence and think about them and their return home. We'll imagine them coming, smiling, happy. Maybe they are scared, and we will hug them and we will watch them. We will think about them now. I want to end, and thank you for your patience and your being here today. I will tell everything to Hadass. She will be very moved to know that so many people moved out of their comfort zone, on a lot of things we have on Sundays here, and came to listen and to cry out what we are crying and asking, bring them home. And I just want to end with a spark of light in this whole difficult story. My friend Galit has another daughter, Tamar, a 9-year-old who was saved accidentally and miraculously That night of terror, Tamar went to sleep with a friend in kibbutz near Oz. But then she said, "Mommy, can I go back home?" And she came back to kibbutz Kisufim, to her mom. And this is what was saving her. This was a miracle. Dozens of residents of the kibbutzim, of the kibbutzes, were killed. Many were kidnapped. All of them are friends and family to many of us here in the Triangle. Let's tell their story and shout out loud to bring more light to all the families of the captives who are besides themselves and grieve and worry. They are, and we are, in need of miracles. Cry out with me, please. Bring them back now. Bring them home now. Bring them home now. Shalom.